Okay, welcome back everyone to the deep dive. Today we're diving into something really practical, a guide for starting an Amazon business. What's quite interesting is it was originally put together in Urdu, our mission,
Hmm.
to unpack the core steps, the roadmap really, from this guide for you, whether you're, completely new to this or maybe already thinking about selling online.
Exactly. And what I find useful here is that it's a very clear step-by-step approach. It starts right from that very first decision you have to make.
Yeah, it really does. So, step one, according to the guide, is basically choosing your model. How are you going to operate?
Right. It talks about the main ones like FBA that's fulfilled by Amazon, where they
Yeah.
handle storage, packing, shipping, all that.
Or FBM fulfilled by merchant, where you do all that yourself.
And it also touches on drop shipping and affiliate marketing. But interestingly, for people just starting out, it kind of leans towards FBA or maybe affiliate marketing.
Seems like it's steering beginners towards models that maybe simplify the logistics side initially.
That seems to be the idea, yeah. Make it a bit less overwhelming up front.
Okay, so once you've thought about the model, step two is the practical bit, actually creating your seller account.
Right, the nuts and bolts. The guide says head to sellercentral.amazon.com.
Yep. And you'll need your basic info. Things like your national ID. The guide mentions CNIC specifically, given its context, plus bank details, a business address, tax information, the usual stuff.
And here's a really key detail, especially considering the source's background. It points out that if you're based in Pakistan, for instance, you can use Amazon's global selling program.
Ah, yeah, that's huge.
It means you can use your local details to sell in big markets, like the US, the UK, you name it. It's framed as a global opportunity from the get-go.
Exactly, a really important point. So, okay, account setup. Now, step three, finding a product to sell. Often the trickiest part, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. The guide lays out some criteria here. Look for something with high demand, but crucially lower competition. And ideally, lightweight, to keep those shipping costs manageable. Plus, obviously, a decent profit margin.
But how do you find that magic product? The guide doesn't just leave you hanging.
No, it recommends using product research tools. It names a few, like Jungle Scout, Helium 10,
Yeah.
AMZ Scout.
Right, those are the big ones.
Yeah, and it explains these tools help you actually see the data, gauge the demand, see who else is selling it, how much competition there really is. You kind of need these tools.
Absolutely essential these days. Okay, product identified. Step four, finding someone to make it or supply it.
And the guide suggests, perhaps unsurprisingly, using platforms like Alibaba.com to connect with suppliers.
Makes sense.
But really stresses you need to talk details up front, get clear on the rates, the MOQ, that's minimum order quantity shipping costs, how long it'll take to arrive.
And critically,
Critically, yes, always order a sample first. You have to check the quality before you commit to a big order.
that's golden advice. Non-negotiable, really. Okay, so you have the product, you've found your supplier, quality checked. Step five is about getting it listed and actually fulfilling orders.
Right. If you went the FBA route, you basically ship your inventory in bulk to an Amazon warehouse. Amazon then stores it, packs it, ships it when someone orders. They handle customer service for shipping too.
Takes a load off for sure. And if you chose FBM,
Then, well, fulfillment is all on you. Storing, packing, shipping.
right. Either way, you need to create your product listing in Seller Central. The guide highlights making it good, compelling title, detailed description, good photos, and importantly, using the right keywords.
Keywords are key so people can actually find your product when they search on Amazon, which leads nicely into step 6, marketing. Got to get eyes on your listing.
How does the guide suggest doing that?
It mentions Amazon's own advertising system, PPC, pay-per-click, to get your product seen right there on Amazon search results.
Okay, makes sense. Anything else?
Yeah, it also suggests looking beyond Amazon, using social media, maybe working with influencers, building an email list, driving external traffic to your listing.
So you're up and running, selling, marketing. But doesn't stop there, does it?
Not at all. Step 7 is all about monitoring performance. You have to keep an eye on things. The guide points out Amazon has pretty strict standards.
Like the A to Z guarantee for buyers.
Exactly. And it emphasizes managing your reviews and seller feedback proactively.
Well,
Good customer service, shipping on time. This stuff is fundamental if you want your business to grow on Amazon. It builds trust.
reputation is everything there. Okay, so that covers the day-to-day. What's the final step in the guide?
The final step, step 8, is about looking ahead. Expansion. It basically advises reinvesting your profits back into the business.
How so?
Well, either by launching more products, finding new winners, or maybe just scaling up the ones that are doing well. It's about sustainable growth.
So it really maps out the whole journey, doesn't it? From the initial idea and model choice through setup, sourcing, listing, marketing, managing things daily, and then thinking about scaling. It covers the life cycle.
It really does lay out a comprehensive roadmap. And,
Yeah.
the guide apparently ends with a reminder about mindset. It stresses patience and consistency.
Ah, yes. It's not get rich quick reality check.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Success takes time, it takes planning, it takes effort. But the guide suggests the potential payoff is definitely there if you stick with it and do it right.
Okay, a very structured approach. Which leads us to a final thought for you, our listener, to chew on. This guide gives seemingly universal steps, universal tools.
Mhm.
But given its origin, aimed initially at an audience in a specific context like Pakistan, how might the actual doing of these steps be different on the ground there? What kind of local challenges or maybe even unique opportunities might shape how someone really applies this advice compared to someone starting in, say, the US or Europe?
Yeah, what adaptations might be needed that aren't explicitly spelled out in a general guide?
Exactly. Something to think about as you consider how this kind of knowledge translates into real-world action in different places.